Portrait de famille. Lord Redgrave veut que j'utilise mes connaissances médicales pour localiser et endiguer la totalité des sources d'infection possibles dans le West End. Il semble être très préoccupé par le fait que l'épidémie puisse s'étendre jusqu'au quartier riche de Londres, ce qui augmenterait les chances d'infection parmi l'élite de Grande-Bretagne. Je vais tenter de trouver la cause de l'infection. Je pense que je devrais commencer par interroger les habitants que je pourrais trouver dans le coin, afin de rassembler toutes les informations possibles sur des activités inhabituelles liées à l'épidémie dans les environs.
I personally went patrolling last night in the West End, and I spotted it.
How's your investigation going, Dr. Reed? Time is our enemy.
I have a few questions for your lordship.
All right, but be quick.
May I ask you about the mortal who attended my initiation? Mr. Aloysius Dawson.
A member of the club does not normally ask questions about other members. We trust each other mutually.
But Mr. Dawson is mortal. Are you not afraid he might reveal who you are? Especially to your enemies.
Aloysius Dawson is a man of his word, as are all of us. This is the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. We do not grant access to the unworthy.
So he really is a member, then?
Indeed. Only the most eminent members are allowed to attend such ceremonies. Even if I admit some of us fled during the first hours of the Great Hunt.
Que ça fait plaisir vu qu'on en fait partie.
You made me swear on the blood of William Marshall during my initiation ceremony. Why was that?
William Marshall was the most glorious knight who ever lived. He served 5 kings, and was a living example of probity for all. And he was my maker.
William Marshall was a vampire? Is this some sort of joke? Wait. Could he be my maker?
That would be joyful news, for it would mean he still walks among us. But alas, the great knight has left this world for good.
Why is his blood so sacred to the Ascalon Club?
He was simply the greatest defender of the realm we have ever known. I fought by his side at the Battle of Preston, and he made me his progeny following the fight.
What can you tell me about the Great Hunt?
It's a major concern, and I'm convinced we'll only get a satisfactory conclusion by putting an end to the epidemic.
I have already met Geoffrey McCullum. I am certain he will persist until he has killed every last vampire.
The Guard's current successful recruitment campaign is driven by the ravenous behavior of the Scowls.
I see. So without the epidemic creating Scowls, the Guard could not convince anybody of our presence.
Exactly. Once we have put the epidemic behind us, we need only wait until the Guard grows old and weak. Time will once again become our ally.
What about the risk of a full-scale attack here? Geoffrey McCullum is a daring leader.
That is exactly why so many of our number have left the country until things improve. But not me. I founded this club. I'll die defending it.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Godspeed, Dr. Reed. We are counting on you.
We'll talk later, Dr. Reed.
Ok, c'est dans le quartier.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire. Good evening.
Oh my God, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Comment c'est que je suis un vampire?
Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury.
Sachez.
My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Bonne santé.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here, and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Émilie a disparu, nouvelle enquête.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? what your mother is.
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Sinon, on en apprend des choses sur elle.
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Serait-elle au courant qu'on s'apprécie?
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How was it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Bien.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Bien. Là, par contre, c'est une espèce de mission là. Ouais, c'est toujours aussi casse-pied ce truc. Putain, pour mettre des marqueurs, faut être motivé. Hein. Est-ce que je peux y aller par là? Ça a l'air d'être ça. Trouver la maison d'Emily. Par des hauteurs.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny, I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. I remember when Mary came here with her husband and her son. They were such a beautiful family.
Cliquez sur l'infection. faire la razzia. Hein.
At least you survived the Great War. I feared the worst.
Ah, je vais peut-être pouvoir avoir un accès par le toit. Bien. Bon, je finis ma... Journal intime de Vénus. 9 juillet 1918. J'ai passé la journée et la nuit dernière à pleurer des larmes de joie. Je n'imaginais pas à quel point le bonheur pouvait être douloureux. Mon Clarence vient de m'écrire, il est revenu de guerre sain et sauf, il rentrera à la maison dans 2 semaines, merci mon Dieu, merci 1000 fois, j'ai tellement hâte de retrouver mon cher mari. 14 août, le comportement de Clarence m'inquiète toujours, il n'est pas le même depuis qu'il est revenu. Les premières semaines, je croyais que c'était une période d'ajustement nécessaire, mais il se conduit de façon de plus en plus instable. Ces jours-ci, il passe son temps dehors, nuit et jour, à la recherche de preuves. Il se fiche de l'épidémie, il se fiche de moi, il commence à me faire peur. 21 septembre, je n'arrive pas à le croire. Clarence a dépensé la moitié de sa pension pour imprimer de stupides bulletins qu'il veut distribuer gratuitement dans tout le quartier. Les gens commencent à se moquer de moi, il veut vraiment organiser une sorte de conférence publique dans le théâtre qui a récemment fermé ses portes pour avertir les gens de la présence de créatures maléfiques à Londres. Entrée gratuite bien entendu, mon mari est peut-être revenu indemne de la guerre, mais je crains qu'il ait perdu l'esprit. 24 septembre, Clarence vient de m'avouer qu'il avait dépensé non pas la moitié de sa pension, mais la totalité, ainsi qu'une partie de nos économies. L'encre et le papier coûtent tellement cher à cause de la guerre, m'a-t-il dit, mais c'est un prix que nous devons payer. Les gens se moquent ouvertement de nous à présent, je ne sais pas quoi faire. Aujourd'hui, le boucher, donc 5 octobre, Mr. Galloway m'a fait parvenir sa note de frais mensuels et m'a demandé le paiement intégral de celle-ci. Il m'a aussi dit qu'il voulait dorénavant être payé à chaque fois que nous achetons de la viande dans sa boutique. Plus de crédit, le boulanger m'a demandé la même chose il y a 2 jours. Au début, je croyais que c'était un nouveau dispositif mis en place à cause de l'épidémie et des réglementations, mais il semblerait que mes amis ont toujours des arrangements financiers. J'ai eu tellement honte que j'en suis resté... What? 8 octobre, cela ne peut plus durer. Clarence est devenu complètement fou, il dépense tout notre argent et je ne sais pas comment l'en empêcher. Quelquefois, je souhaiterais qu'il soit pas jamais revenu de la guerre. Intéressant ça.
It's locked.
Ça m'étonne pas trop qu'il y ait quand même des trucs fermés parce que là c'est un peu open bar l'affaire. Pour... Attendez, je finis le film de fouiller le rez-de-chaussée avant qu'elle... Allez, c'est parti. Interrogatoire.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
On a pu lire ça. Bonne santé.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but, you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Goodbye for now.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Deuxième source. Je peux pas... Ah, voilà. Vite.
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign.
Donc là on est...
No sign of a struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
On est dans la quête annexe, Emily a disparu. On a pu accéder à la maison. On était au rez-de-chaussée, on pouvait pas y accéder. J'ai vu du sang. Lettre d'amour d'Emily, 5 novembre, mon cher Jacques. J'ai tellement de vous revoir, est-ce que ce sera ce soir ou bien demain? Je n'en peux plus d'attendre. Depuis notre baiser sur ce pont, sous une lune illuminant le ciel nocturne, je meurs d'envie de sentir à nouveau vos crocs sur mes lèvres. Oula. Oh mon cher démon, que la douleur de votre douce morsure sur mon cou est jouissive. Pendant une seconde qui m'a semblé une éternité, j'ai bien cru que vous alliez me tuer, là sur ce pont au milieu de la nuit. Mais non mon cher Jacques, vous êtes resté le fiancé attentionné que je connaissais, vous ne faisiez que me taquiner. J'ai tellement hâte de boire votre sang pour de bon cette fois et de me montrer à mon amie Charlotte en tant qu'immortelle. De la taquiner elle aussi au départ, comme vous m'avez appris à le faire avec les mortels. Et puis je la transformerai en l'une des nôtres, elle aussi, et nous régnerons tous ensemble sur les nuits de Londres et nettoierons ces rues de toutes ces âmes impures. Oula.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess. But who? Blood. I should follow the trail.
Suivre les traces. Suivre le lapin blanc. Ça va, il se casse pas les pattes comme dans la plupart des jeux. Ah, attention, parce que dans le quartier il y a des gars costauds. Hein. Ah merde. J'avais pas fait gaffe que ça m'avait changé d'arme. Ça m'a fait perdre ma trace, ça c'était sûr. Pas besoin de grand chose pour être perturbé. Je viens d'ici. Hein. C'est marrant parce que là une grosse tâche et ça y est, c'est retrouvé. Ah. Pas le même type là. Hein.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I'm not here to sustain myself. I'm currently investigating the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
Il a un joli accent, hein.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate, yet intense spectacle.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
Your cruelty deserves punishment, sir.
And what else is new?
Putain. C'est abusé cette attaque, hein. se faire toucher. Hein. Ça arrive une ou deux fois, on voit que ça me pique. Parce que la moitié de ma jauge. Ce qui est bien, c'est que maintenant, quand j'attaque avec mon arme, ça me fait reprendre un peu de sang. Et esquive. Oh. Prendre de la vie en priorité. Putain, tout le monde crevé. Hein. Prendre de la vie. Top priorité. Des choses à faire. Putain. Faut qu'à la fin ils deviennent casse-pied. Allez, j'ai repris le rythme. Et B. Balèze. Rendre compte à Charlotte Asbury de la disparition de son ami. Pour regarder s'il y a des trucs à prendre. Ah, ça me parle ce coin-là, il y a un gros monstre bleu, je crois, qui est à l'intérieur. Je crois que j'ai entendu du bruit de l'autre côté où on était. Qu'est-ce que c'est ? Yeah.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure? To become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood?
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Oh, Pieu de Charlotte. Alors là,
Goodbye, Charlotte.
ça valait le coup.
Give my best regards to your mother when you...
She's been...
Ça valait le coup d'affronter ce foutu vampire, donc là... On va passer à la taille au-dessus. Gamme. On va pouvoir continuer notre mission et visiter les appartements dont on nous a parlé. Voilà.
That building is under quarantine. Could this be what I'm looking for?
Et sauf que... comment j'y accède? Ah, peut-être un accès par là. Ouais. Effectivement. Waouh. Décidément, je suis abonné au monstre balèze. Finalement, c'était une bonne chose de se préparer au vampire juste avant. Obligé à améliorer un peu mon stuff. Wow. Et ma balance et ses saloperies, ça me fout ma vie. Oula, on reste là. Ils sont vomis, elles. Oh putain, quand elle crève, elle continue de faire chier. Allez, on continue. Voilà, juste pour déverrouiller l'accès. Merde. Oh l'enfoiré. C'est qu'il m'avait pas vu. Je vais juste prendre de ce qu'il y a dans la boîte. Ça me fait penser à Dark Souls, le coup de déverrouiller les trucs pour gagner du temps et gagner des accès. Merde. Voilà, c'est là l'accès que je cherchais. Là j'ai mon accès. Oh non, ça recommence avec son jet dégueulasse. Ça s'abuse de son jet à la con là, parce que... on est obligé quand on l'attaque de se le prendre. Ça me l'a crevé. Voilà, parce que c'est insupportable. capable de se battre contre ça. Pas marrant à se battre contre eux. Est-ce qu'il y a un accès à déverrouiller? Peut-être là. Yes. Plus tard. Saloperie. C'est une espèce de bile là, c'est une plaie. Ah, j'avais oublié qu'elle explose. Putain. Tire à tatouille. Fusil à pompe remarquable. Ça, j'ai pas trop utilisé les armes, hein. Je suis plus sur les armes de corps à corps. Ça se dispute.
You infected the whole family! I said I'm...
Ok, de me concentrer sur l'un des deux. Commence bien. C'est une connerie. Dommage d'avoir commencé là. Moi, faut pas chaud coincé. On va reprendre de la vie. On va y retourner. De la vieille. Déjà, dire que c'est plus simple, mais faut éviter ces saloperies de poussière. Alors papa.
I've never seen such a radical mutation. Could it be a new stage in the disease's evolution?
Une chose à faire. Lettre d'amour, mon chéri, je vous remercie pour le sublime parfum et le manteau de fourrure. J'ai tellement hâte de sentir vos mains sur ma peau frémissante, car il n'y a que vous, mon héros, qui puisse me faire sentir aussi désiré. Je vous en prie, revenez-moi vite, je meurs d'envie de presser à nouveau ma délicate poitrine contre votre buste viril. Oh là, c'est chaud. Oui, mon amour, mon chéri, revenez-moi vite, je vous promets une nuit de passion débridée et éternelle. Je ne porte en ce moment même rien d'autre que vos derniers cadeaux. Je brûle d'envie de vous voir et je me languis de partager avec vous mes désirs insatiables. Waouh.
So the husband had an affair with Doris Fletcher.
On va aller au deuxième point d'affection. Attaque. Forcément les attaques à plusieurs. Heureusement que j'avais ce casse-pied ceux qui disparaissent comme ça. Ça met des plombes à les tuer. Super mal. Pas marrant de les affronter. C'est par là.
Why are vampire hunters sniffing around here.
Burn it, boys!
S'occuper du gros avec sa croix.
Stupid beast!
Par ici.
This woman's body has multiple lacerations. They're deep, too. Whoever did this was driven by rage.
Les pièces.
He had his tongue removed and his eyes gouged out.
Putain.
He was a victim of brutal torture.
Tiens, il aura un traitement de faveur.
This one's neck is broken. He was young. Probably the son.
Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé ici? Waouh.
You thought I was dead too, didn't you? No,
Putain,
I
les
was just
clopes qu'elle a.
pretending. Doris told me I could have been a great actress.
You killed your family.
They mocked my talent.
Putain. Oh non, elle aussi, elle crache sa merde. Oh merde, mais quel con! J'ai oublié que souvent ceux qui crachent de la merde quand ils meurent, ça explose. Bon, il y a une lettre. Qu'est-ce que ça nous dit? Lettre de l'école d'art dramatique Fletcher, Elza. Avec une immense joie que je vous annonce pour la présente, votre admission comme étudiante particulière au sein de mon école d'art dramatique. La petite scène que vous avez eu l'amabilité de jouer pour moi la semaine dernière m'a convaincu que vous avez ce qu'il faut pour devenir une vraie comédienne de l'esprit, de l'allure, du courage. En tant qu'étudiante particulière, vous recevrez une formation et un enseignement directement auprès de moi. Lors de sessions intensives, vous serez amené à vivre au sein même de l'établissement, car je crois fermement qu'une immersion totale est le meilleur moyen de révéler tout le potentiel de mes élèves. Pensez donc à apporter vos bagages, vos vêtements de nuit et tout ce dont vous pourriez avoir besoin pour passer une semaine dans mon école.
So, this girl took lessons at the famous Doris Fletcher acting school.
Ok. Le prochain chapitre, ça sera Grand Guignol.